Good day. This is the Grumpy Baker. I'm coming back to you with a really easy puff pastry. Now, to roll it and everything, that takes a little more time, but to create it and make it, it only takes about 10 minutes. Now, the problem is that when the butter you use has to be cold, okay? The water you use has to be ice water, at least very cold, not frozen, but cold. And the less you play with it from your hands, using your hands, that it will start to warm up the dough. So it has to be a little quicker, but the nice thing is you don't need mixers and all of that to create this. It's just using your hands. Okay. So the first thing you need is 1 1/3 cups of enriched flour. Okay, that's the first. Then you need 1 teaspoon of salt. If you're using unsalted butter. If you're using salted butter, I would prefer you to use unsalted, but if you use salted, do not add any salt. Okay. So with that, also you use 2 teaspoons of sugar. And you just mix it around a bit till it's just mixed in together. Okay. Now, while you're doing this, you should make sure that your butter stays in the fridge till you need it. Okay. We're going to go a little quicker, but it's just because we don't want the butter to start melting. So I will get the butter from the fridge or have it handed to me. And there. So this is 3/4 of a cup of unsalted butter. It's cubed, which makes it easier to use. So you pour that in to the flour. Excuse me. And all you do is separate it. Now, you're not doing anything except getting the butter just covered in flour. That's all you're doing right at this moment, okay? If your cubes are too big, just break them up a little so that the cubes are a little smaller. And that's it. You're just mixing it in so the cubes are covered in butter. Okay, so now what you do is you're going to break it up a bit with your hands and the cubes. Okay, just like this. You'll feel it because it is cool. The butter is cold, so it really starts to hydrate, is what it's called. Okay, just like that. Don't go crazy creating little clumps and all that. The butter should be still very big. Okay, you're just breaking it up a little so that they're all basically the same size. Don't get carried away and try not to do too much because the more you touch it, the worse it gets. There, just like that. Then do not put all of the water in. Just pour a little at a time. Now, this is 3/4 of a cup of cold ice water. Okay, so you just start mixing it so that it starts to hydrate the flour. Don't crush the butter. Okay, that's very important. Don't crush it yet with your hands. You're just creating the two together. That's all. Okay. Now, it's cold because, see, I'm still not crushing the butter. I'm just trying to get all the flour mixed in with the water. Now, some of the butter will crush. I mean, there's not much you can do about that. Now, the nice thing is you just use your hands. That's all you're doing is using your hands. So your fingers will get a little dirty. Get all the water in so that all the flour is absorbed into the dough. Now, this is when you can sort of work it with your hands to break it all up and join it together. See that? It's very important. Now, again, you're not breaking it so that all the butter is gone. You don't want that. You want it to be clumpy like this. Now, that's a little wet, as you can see. Okay, it's not clumping together. So all you do is just take a bit of flour at a time. Okay, and then you bring it together so that it creates one dough. You just want it so that everything is folded together and creates a ball, just like that. Okay, and then just work it a bit more. Clean your fingers. Now, this is a little messy, yes, but in the same sense, what happens is, see, when they use a mixer, the butter breaks down too much. Okay, now you can take your ball, put it on a floured surface like this. It should look like that. See all the butter clumps? Okay, all these clumps of butter. That's what you want. Now you can just take this and fold it a bit. Just keep clumping it until it forms into just like that. And you'll still be able to see all the butter, okay, all those clumps. That's what you want. And they're still very ice cold. So now what you're going to do is take a little more flour. Yes, your hands are going to be messy, but this is the best way. I've been making puff pastry for over 40 years. And this is the best way to make it without adding too much flour. All you're doing is squaring it sort of. See, look at that. See all the butter. See, look at that. That's what you want. Okay, very clumpy and it's starting to melt a bit. So that's why we try to get it done quickly. Okay, and if your hands are messy and you don't like your hands messy, well, you're in the wrong business. So you make it so that it's flattened out like so. Okay, now you take a little bit, and this is the big point. Always a little flour. Don't go crazy throwing flour because you don't want it to stiffen up the dough too much. Flip it over, continue to flatten it. Try to make it rectangular, but that's not important. Okay. Now, This we are going to do 6 times, this fold, okay? So you can stretch it a little. Then you take this part a third way. There, see these clumps of butter? Beautiful. That's what you want. See, all butter clumps. Okay, then you fold this one over. Bring it down a bit, like so. Okay, now, same thing. Since it's still cold, we're going to chop it. Same thing. Make it a little folding. Make it a little longer. Just flatten it down. See, you notice I haven't added any more flour. Don't go crazy with the flour. Now, the second fold is the same way. This one goes over that one a third of the way. So that's 2. Now, here's the point that I have to make. It's very important that the butter stays cold. So what you're going to do after 2 folds, wrap it in saran wrap and put it in the fridge, not freezer, fridge. Now, since I can only make, I only have so long to make videos because I cannot go live yet, because I do still need my 50 subscribers. Okay, we're getting there. We're halfway there. So I'm very, very, very glad about the subscribers I have already. Okay, I appreciate it that you're following me and subscribing to my channel. But these recipes, you have to remember, are for people, or not, but mainly for people that do not have the big equipment to do things. Okay, and that would like to learn how to do a lot of doughs and projects. Now, it is still ice cold. Okay, so here's the thing we do is now you will wrap it in saran wrap and it will go in the fridge for 2 hours. Well, from 2 to 12 hours. You know, the colder the better, but don't go over like 12 hours because then the dough will start to absorb the butter too much. Anyways, so we will come back and I will go over the other 4 folds with you. So what we're going to do is create the second part of this video. Even though I can't show it all at once because it would be too long. So we are going to put out a video today and we will finish it and put it out tomorrow. Normally we put out videos Tuesday and Thursday. But since this dough cannot sit in the fridge till Tuesday, it will be in there too long. So we will put out another video tomorrow with the continuation of this dough. Anyways, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed and how easy and quick it is to make a puff pastry. Thank you, and have a nice day. So this is the Grumpy Baker, and we're back to finish the rolling of our dough. So the puff pastry. So it's been in the fridge for a few hours, getting cold, and that's what we want. So now you're going to put down just a little bit of flour. Pat it down a little bit on top so your rolling pin does not stick to it. Then you're just going to roll it out. Now, the pin will stick to it a bit because the butter, but that's okay. Turn it over. Now this time we want to make it a little longer. And as you can see, or maybe not see, the butter is still very, very chunky. Okay, you can see that, all the butter. Excuse me. So now we are going to do another threefold, which brings that to the middle, and this over top, like so. Then, a little more flour. When you pat it down, it helps to stick the layers together. That's what